Variety show that aired this week where we had recap of the campaign from local legendary bard Goldleaf and stunningly beautiful co-host Cloudhoof. I don't know if anybody else joined because I'm gonna be honest, I'm only halfway through the recap. There's a lot of information I had no idea about, so it was very informative for me.
Wait, what? Hold on now.
I was like, dang, that's cool. Okay.
Shit, they
Yeah.
did that?
That GM
Oh,
really
man.
cool. Whoa.
Yes, yeah.
Those
The
characters
Let me-
DM's so
awesome.
cool.
Let me tell you right now, if I were to rewatch, like, say, one of the Saltmarsh campaigns, it would be like watching a television show for the first time. Like, I have no recollection at all of anything that transpired in, like, any game that happened more than a year ago. So, like, people will comment on a video and be like, what was going on here? I'm like, psh, good question.
I have to reconfirm it's actually you guys every week. If I'm being up.
Good question. Good question. Yeah. So, anyways, I really appreciate it. It was very, very cool. You don't even need to do the recap tonight, my man. You get your hero point for free. You get that third hero point for free. All right. So, would anybody? Oh, wait. We're gonna do this. We're gonna roll D500. I did play on Monday, I swear to God, but it kind of feels like this is the first game I've played since I got back. Mostly because this week has been an absolute nightmare. Let's see. And it's the first day of May, which is, if you know anything about me and the month of May, then it's a bad time. We're in a bad time. All right. Question 229 is, in the relationships category, if your character could befriend any creature in existence, what would it be, and how would it affect their life? Aw, that's nice. All right, while you think about that wholesome question, would anybody besides Lex like to do a recap of what happened last session? It was about 400 years ago.
Damn it. Damn it.
Damn! Yeah, damn! Okay, going once, going twice.
Swinging.
Loritz proving us wrong that people can't roll dice.
Did you see me
on a roll that matters the most. I mean, you honestly saved the whole campaign. I think if we had TPK'd in that fight, everyone would have quit. Like, so I appreciate that. All right, tell us what happened last time.
Right. The session began just after escaping battle with the Aether Blades in our pursuit to adventure into the elemental plane of air. we had to face our decision of what to do with the Azer blade that we did not kill but knocked out. When confronted, he opted to join our crew rather than meet death at, I would say at sea, but at air. What do we call it? Do we call it at air? I don't know. Anyways,
Death in the clouds.
death in the clouds. That's nice. I like that.
Yeah.
We also investigated the reports of a stowaway, and we found Miranda, the gnome, who is a painting enthusiast. She is delightful. We then made our way to our destination, the Hydro Forge, which was once the water processing plant for Terranathus. There we fought some earth elementals upon landing, and then as we made our way deeper into the area, we encountered some strange goats. We did not quite discern their nature, but they seemed sick and cursed, babbling forth weird, strange liquids. And that we basically left off about to interact with them, as I recall.
Oh, right, and there was like some precarious cliff climbing and
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we slipped past the goats.
and there were boulders that tried to kill
Sort
you.
of.
That's
Was
right.
that yeah. So okay, all
We
right.
had the skill challenge to get up the
That sounds like
mountains.
the same. Yeah, it sounds like the same campaign I left. Okay, yeah.
Wait,
All right.
wait. Something else very important happened last
Oh?
session. Yeah, Songbow finally got hit.
Oh, that's right.
It can happen.
And then we did like an edit cut where it was that scene from Fight Club, and then Brad Pitt was like, even the Mona Lisa's wearing out or whatever. Yeah,
I was
so
picturing
pretty
the scene from 300 with Xerxes, where he's like, "Oh my God, I can bleed."
good. Oh yeah. Both very good pulls. All right. Go ahead and take your third hero point and your third hero card draw. Everyone else, throw all your hero cards in that trash can, and then draw new ones up to your 2 hero point limit. And then, would anybody for a Factspiration, a D3 that you could add to any D20 roll, like to answer the question? If you would, roll that D20. I see the D20. It's a D8. No, it's an 8. Going once. Going twice. All right. Oh, roll off. All right. Let me see it. Let's see the roll off. Oh shit. Okay. Strongbow, you have defeated him. What's your answer?
So there's got to be like some sort of mythical sky whale in this setting, right?
Well,
Okay, so Songbow definitely wants to meet the mythical sky whale. And as for how would it affect my
and
life?
befriend him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. Meet and befriend the mythical sky whale.
Yep.
And it would affect my life. I'm assuming that there's a lot of like mythology and superstition around this sky whale. And so he would capitalize on that. He would be the Tanuki that met the mythical sky whale. He would become very, very famous, which he would use to not have to be sailing around the way that we are. He would become a gentleman inventor for the rest of his life, coaxing off of that fame.
All right, I'm into that. Okay. You may ask the same question of any willing PC or any NPC you've met during your adventures.
Cloudhoof's hot mom.
Oh, you want to ask Cloud's hot mom? All right, hold on.
Nice.
All right, let's see.
My father.
All right.
That's a mythical creature, right?
Dang.
That's one of the-
It certainly changed her life. She could befriend any mythical creature. A tough one. Mythical creature. Yeah. Okay. She would want to befriend a salamander artisan from the elemental plane of fire, so that she could learn their glass blowing techniques, and that there could be like a fair exchange of crafting knowledge back and forth. This would definitely change her life, because salamanders are, on the whole, pretty evil, but lawful evil. And it would imply that she either somehow ended up in the elemental plane of fire, or that a salamander ended up in Terranathus. So, like, both of those scenarios would be pretty life altering if they occurred. So, all right, there you go.
Yeah, and then she could
Well,
like keep it in her forge or something. Maybe
Yeah.
like a forge made out of mithril or something.
Then there could be a fiery bull baby brother eventually for Cloudhoof.
actually working her way around the elements.
Yeah, right. I wasn't really gonna go there, but then I kind of had to go there. So, because she's a powerful, independent woman that owns her own house and business, pays her own bills, raised her son by herself.
Her son's grown.
Yeah, respect. All right, let me give this crowbar a faxpiration. There we go. I don't know why it cracked me up every time. Let's see. My biggest regret in Japan was not procuring a Tanuki statue for my front yard, so I'm just gonna sculpt one myself this summer. It's gonna have just the biggest balls. This is gonna be so like bigger than anyone in Japan has the courage to sculpt them. It's like,
You didn't find
Like-
one?
oh, I didn't find one for sale. I found a place that did have them for sale, but it wasn't open. Like I had to look at them through the gate. I took pictures through the gate like a creeper. But they were hand carved, and like the artisan was there. He was drinking some tea and admiring the balls of his tanukis, but he was not open for business yet. And I had to climb a mountain, so there you go. Never saw them again. Okay. Do you guys want to spend? Oh no, you don't have any fanspo. Son of a bitch. Damn. That makes me upset.
If there's any viewers out there that would like to contribute some points for us to have a fanspo, we'd be more than happy for it.
Oh man, I'm not even logged into Twitch right now, or I'd help you out. I reset my computer right before vacation, and forgot I did that. So it's been a lot of fun since I got back. When I go to do something and it's like, "Who are you?" and all my settings are back to normal. Oh, it's good.
But everything works again.
Eh.
Damn.
Submission somewhat successful.
No. The problems I was having have been alleviated by the restart. However, some of the symptoms remain, but they're not causing problems. If that makes sense? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like the problems are in remission, I guess. Yeah, that's where we're at. All right. I think. Hold on. I'm gonna log in. See if I have any points. Oh my God! You're sending me a code? Jesus Christ. Okay. Hold on. So wait, I was watching your stream earlier. I wasn't even getting any points. Oh, that sucks. I mean, it's not just about the points. It was quality content, but it's like.
I don't make any illusions. I know it's for the point.
Nah, I really wanted to know what was going on in the cafe. All right, I'm in. Claim bonus. I only have 7K, bro. I can't afford any. All right.
It's fine. We're just walking through this unknown area.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. All right, so let's do that. Let's walk through this unknown area. Let me get you some creepy music.
Nice statue.
The fact that I found this in Southern Maryland in a secondhand store.
All right. Let's see. I don't want creepy. We want.
Yeah, I've had it for a few years now.
Creepy outdoor music. I just don't want anything that I've listened to for the past 2.5 years in Curse of Strahd. That's a tall order. I think I've worked my way through all the creepy music on Earth. Let's see. Oh. Okay, we'll go with this. No, too creepy. Hold on. Making me scared. Alright, how about this? Ah. Okay.
He's now been relocated to my desk.
Nice.
Alright, sweet. Okay, Old Hydra Forge. Stoneguard Falls. Alright, so we left off with a slightly threatening and ominous bleat, and then a long gap in playtime. Alright. So, the goats are just kind of staring at you guys from above. You're certainly welcome to... Oh my gosh, Jade, you're all the way back over there. I think you went AFK, and then the person you put in charge of your character just left you behind to die.
Nah, she got stuck and she couldn't.
Okay.
No, I think I went AFK and the person that was supposed to.
I don't know. I didn't get that far in the recap. I don't know if that's actually what happened. All right. Do you want to interact with these adorable local fauna, or do you want to continue towards the Hydra Forge ruins?
As gorgeous as they are, I think maybe we should continue.
Yeah.
We can't afford to be distracted by beauty right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we left Kaladov's mom behind.
Damn.
That would be distracting.
At least everyone in the campaign can agree on something. Alright. As you head off towards the Hydro Forge, the terrain becomes more rocky and unstable. You can see what perhaps was once a road, but has been reclaimed by time and the elements. Up ahead, you finally see water and hear the water as well, but the water seems frozen in place. As you walk along the riverbed, you come upon essentially a wall of water about 40 feet high. It looks like jello. It glistens in the dim light of day, ? You can find oh wait, you guys, are you guys traveling in the riverbed, or did you guys climb out of the riverbed?
We are
where we are
in
now,
the riverbed.
Riverbed, or is this like
Yeah, okay.
Or...
Yeah. So you're in the ravine, which is, in fact, you're now realizing a dried up riverbed. But now you found the river, but the river is like frozen. Yeah.
Probably want to climb out of the ravine and around.
Loudhoof, you can see in the river as you look through the sort of transparent jellied form of the river, but bones. They look like the bones of animals, and they are just sort of they're just sort of suspended in the frozen river.
Can I do
a recall knowledge? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You think that they died from acid. you think that the river is acidic. You also think that the river is not water, but slime.
I will care.
Congealed, mostly hardened slime.
It will share that theory with the group.
That would explain why it looks so weird.
Yeah. Ooh.
Does it show signs of life? Like the river itself, the slime itself being alive.
The slime itself does not seem to be, based on your check, sentient. But you rolled, decently. So, what is your? You may ask me any question about it. I guess the question was, is it sentient? So, yeah. You're confident then that it is not sentient.
Gotcha.
It is certainly an environmental hazard, but one you have never heard of or encountered before.
We have encountered slimes before. We have the slime alligator, so.
True. But a river frozen, or a river of slime frozen, hardened, like mid-flow. Strange.
Yeah, it's very
You think
bizarre.
the power plant caused this, or do you think this is the reason they abandoned it?
Yes.
Fair.
I mean, I guess until we find this power plant, we won't exactly know the rest. It's just kind of stabbing in the dark here. Actually, though, and Goldleaf will reach into their pack and they'll bring out the river's statuette.
You all look very wary of this. I take it that you would probably object to me trying to take a sample.
When you pull out the statuette of the river god, it doesn't really do anything because it's a statue, but it sends empathic feelings and thoughts to you of revulsion, horror. This is not right. Something terrible has happened here.
I would help you take a sample if you want.
That's simple enough. I would just need a thievery or a what's that other thing that people do? When they wanna get, oh yeah, crafting. Or if you can bullshit a lore skill, I will take that.
What's your crafting now, Songbo? The 12?
It's hella. Let me see.
That's quite the number.
I know there's a way to
11.
look, but I don't remember. Oh, I'm also 11. Do you want me to help you? I'll roll. And then
I'll help you. I'll help you, Isaac.
Oh, okay.
A failure would just mean that you don't feel safe getting the sample. But a critical failure would result in some acid damage. The DC that you're shooting for is a 20. So that is not a critical failure. But you feel...
Well, that was an assist.
Oh, that was an
So
assist. Okay. All right. So that doesn't penalize him. It doesn't help him. All right. So Isaac, it's up to you. DC 20. That's close. That's close.
I think that gross wall is going to come down.
That is kind of the vibe you get, that this is a precarious situation that you're in.
So we're both there standing next to it, looking at it. Neither of us really wanting to touch it. And so I'm just... I mean, it's probably... Look at all those bones. It's probably contaminated. Anyway, we probably shouldn't even bother getting a sample.
I'll be real with you. It's too sticky. I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, that too. Really. It's not that it makes me nervous, though. That's not it.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Of course it doesn't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Goldleaf's just gonna pat you on the back. We can find samples somewhere else, maybe further up.
Then
So,
how do you know it's sticky if you haven't touched it yet?
ooh, you do
The-
got a
the
point
bones?
there.
Yeah, it just looks sticky.
That's a fair point. I don't really care for sticky things myself.
Mm-mm.
Wait, which way?
All right.
Did we
so
come for this way, or did we
speaking
go
of
this way?
speaking on heading further up, you do see that there are climbable areas on either embankment to the left or the right of the river that would allow you to continue further without plunging yourselves into the gelatinous mass of Acid River.
So I think we came
Yeah, I wanna
from
climb
the
up.
north of this map. So we're heading south.
Wait, we're headed south. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, because we started at the top of the map, and that's where we fought the elementals.
Oh, right. Now I see bodies. Okay, yep.
I, for one, would like to be on the opposite side of those creepy goats that keep looking at us.
That would be your left. Any opposed to going up the left-hand embankment?
Fine with that. We're not here for goats.
I feel like if I get any closer to those things, they may want to nibble.
Yeah, it's like clockwise versus anti-clockwise. I would prefer to go anti-goat wise.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If that is your intention, then I will bring you over to the left-hand embankment part of the map. It changes everything. All right. Miranda looks sullenly at the Slime River. You could tell that she was excited about the boys getting a sample, but she herself doesn't want to risk it. Seeing all those bones that Cloudhoof pointed out, for the first time in a long time, has her gnomish curiosity on a leash. Alright, I'll bring you over to the old Hydroforge.
Character development. We just met this chick earlier today.
Alright, as you arrive on the scene, you have climbed up this embankment and traveled further in. About 20 feet down is the top of the frozen gelatinous river. You can see that it seems to have almost been like flash freeze, like frozen, because it looks like it was in motion before it got kind of shut down. The old water wheels that were used to gather generate electricity by being turned rapidly by the river are also sort of just stuck in place, and you can see the paddles glisten with the hardened slime. There is a extremely rusted, somewhat corroded access bridge that crosses the river to the other side, where you can see rusted and somewhat corroded metal rungs affixed to the stone face of this cliff that lead further up. You would gauge the height of that to be about 40 feet. And with your keen senses, Cloudhoof, you can see that at the top of this embankment, further in, there is a stone structure of some sort.
Actually, can't see that for some reason.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm telling you about it. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha,
Because
gotcha, okay.
because of the how because of how it all, we're not in a full 3D world kind of deal. Levels can only do so much to help us. Levels can only.
Let everyone know we need to start heading that way.
Speaking of which, I should probably turn on levels. There we go. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me repaste you guys so that you all end up on the same level. I forgot this map had levels. There we go. Oh no, you're dying. Oh no, now there's like a shitload of you. I'm just making it worse. All right, hold on.
Songbow looks at Songbow.
Yeah, don't do it. Here's what I'll do. Edit this. -1. Perfect. Go to ground level. Get rid of these assholes. All right. Now we'll paste everybody back in. And nope. Why am I only getting some of you? Why are some of you still?
I think I'm off the edge of the map.
This is wild. All right. Hold on. I wonder if your heights are all like negatives. That's what's causing this to happen. Let me see. Yeah, that's it. You're at negative heights. Okay. Stop. Fly.
Oh, so we're subterranean. Gotcha.
There you go. That didn't seem to fix anything. I'm so pissed right now. Also, whenever I click off of you guys, yeah, God, I love it so much. All right, hold on. I can do this. I can do this. He tells himself as he cries.
Like riding a bike. Like it's a bad image.
I have a plan. Hold on. I'm gonna go to a map that doesn't have levels. I'm gonna fix this. Let's see. Maybe. All right. So I'm gonna paste you guys in here. There we go. I'm gonna grab all these guys. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna set all of their token heights. Sorry. I'm gonna set all of their elevations to 0. Bro, I'm so confused right now. Wherever you guys are, you're like appearing underneath the map. It is the craziest thing. Alright, I'll just drag everybody out fresh. That's fine. Let's see. I did run updates without reading any of the update logs today at lunch, so that could be a thing that's happening. Go here.
I saw something for a second there.
Yeah, and they disappeared.
Yeah. Okay, sweet. And get out of the clown car. Hell yeah, I think we did it. Fuck yeah. Sobbing. Okay, and then here's your NPCs. Perfect. Okay, so you see a rusted bridge going across. You see a building up top. You also see what looks like a shadowy alcove in the stone with 2 large stone doors that seem to be barred. Additionally, you can see 2 stone doors over here. You see these rusted / corroded metal platforms that go this way. You can see what looks like access panels, maybe. You can see another little bridge going across, another water wheel. I mean, there's a lot to see, a lot to explore. Cursory glance, you don't feel very confident about your 2 big boys crossing these bridges. So, what would you like to do?
Maybe we hold off on crossing right now. You said there's some doors down here to the south?
Yep.
Maybe we go check that out first.
So, when the river was rushing through here, there would have been like spray, right? Is the where it was changing to slime? Like, is the spray part just like floating in the air, or is there not any spray anymore?
It's not floating like zero gravity, but it definitely has like the look of movement still. Like it was hardened so rapidly that it was mid motion.
My eyes.
Maybe let's stay on the stone as much as we can, Isaac. I'm not super confident in those railings.
Yeah.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, it looks like there's a smaller bridge all the way back over there. Maybe we can cross that one instead of the larger one that probably has a better chance of collapsing. But I still vote that we really check out these doors first.
I mean, honesty.
Okay, in all honesty.
I'm concerned that the smaller bridge is really not that much safer.
It's a sort of
You know what I mean?
distance.
Yeah, but at least maybe
them.
like Cloudhoof could jump
Like
across.
jump?
Instead.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, shorter
But the problem is if you look over there, it looks like the walkway to get to the smaller bridge is also basically just a bridge.
Yeah. Oh, so this area right here is labeled in dwarven, which I'm going to assume across 11 people, someone speaks dwarven.
I speak dwarven.
Nice. Okay. So the sign says interior and subterranean access.
This door goes inside.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, the door
No,
seems
Lawrence,
to be locked.
It's locked. You have to. We have to unlock it first, Lawrence.
All right. So I'm seeing a thievery check here, a weapon. All right. As you go to bust out your tools and try to open this door, you realize that thievery to work a lock isn't going to work here because the doors are not locked. They're simply sealed shut. Like you don't see any place to even put a lockpick in.
It seems we will have to find another means of entry.
Isaac, perhaps a bomb?
Hardcore. Love it.
So, I have alchemist fire. And, I also have blight bombs, which I don't think would work here. Or necrotic bomb.
Thunderstone, Blaststone, I forget what it's called.
I could pop in.
Blaststone, I think that's what it's called.
I think I've made what I can for my daily set.
You have any acid? Would that get through the doors?
I have a blight bomb with the. Let me just double check. I made this like a month. That's point damage. Necrotic. That's necrotic damage. So. I have alchemist. We could try to put it along the creases with alchemist.
We have 2 blast stones in our inventory bag.
Oh yeah,
I
that
don't
we
know.
got from the slaver lady, I think.
Yeah.
We all rummage around in Cloudhoof's backpack and find these 2 blast stones. What about these?
Like tapping them together.
Maybe don't do that.
Maybe we can use one of these.
All right, so
blast
one of you
doors.
is going to set those up along the seam of the doors, and then I'm going to hide over here.
I'll do it.
All right. Do you want to praise the door first, or are you just gonna start blasting?
Yeah, we could probably look it over first. Make sure that, like, we're not like, blasting open a trap.
Okay.
Or where they keep the
So go
sentries.
ahead and give me a recall knowledge. Okay. I mean, it is made of stone. You could start blasting.
Well, that's good enough
Basic
for me.
info on stone is it generally has a hardness of 10 or more, which means you have to do at least 10 damage or be able to ignore hardness, or it does nothing.
Well, I'm going to take the blasting stones and throw it at the.
All right.
Am I able to click? I'm not able to like click the door and to like have it auto do that stuff. Right?
Let's see. You automatically will succeed in the attack. So,
It just
yeah, really it just comes down to a blasting stone moderate does 2d4 sonic damage. Now, if it's weak to sonic, then that could be good. That could kind of help overcome the hardness.
got it. All right. I'm gonna roll.
All right. But yeah, you automatically hit items and structures in Pathfinder, but you don't get to do critical hits to objects. All right.
I technically do the splash damage. I think so.
Yeah, well, the splash damage gets thrown into the first damage block. Let's see. Stone is weak to sonic damage. So,
Hell yeah.
okay. That means it would take an extra 5, putting it at 12 damage. Which by your recall knowledge should be enough for a standard stone object. But you kind of realize as you're looking at it that these are reinforced either security doors or blast doors, and they are of dwarven craftsmanship. Based on the fact that your stone did nothing, you're thinking that hardness might be a 15 or higher.
I don't think I could. I don't think we could do that, right? Well, maybe if you get an 8 plus the 2 what do you call it?
Splash.
I got 2 splash. Then yeah. So it would have to be like the perfect roll to maybe do.
Okay. Alternate plan. Are there hinges?
Ooh, great question. The doors look like they slide into the walls.
Oh, of course they do.
What of these access panels over here?
Ooh, okay. So when you go over to check on the access panels, you see this one is labeled emergency hatch, but unfortunately, the shifting stone has sort of covered it and pinned it down. This one says pipe access.
We may need a crowbar to get this up.
Oh, do you think so?
Songbo's like, it's my time to shine.
I clatter to the ground, unable to see.
I pick up Songbow, and I attempt to lift the panel.
I love teamwork.
That's fucking teamwork.
All right.
Wait, so just for clarification, when you become a crowbar, it's an actual crowbar, and it's not like if you were as like soft as a humanoid, but like
No,
shaped like
I'm an actual. I am usable as the
The
tool.
soft, flabby crowbar in your hand. Can you feel him whenever he picks you up and like uses you?
It's like when you watch the Japanese game show where one thing in the room is made out of chocolate, except it's one tool in the room is made out of tanuki.
So
I'm just like
horrible.
picturing leveraging the crowbar in something, and you like pull it, and it just like
Flops over.
snaps, or it just like snaps, and then he comes out of it. He's like, "You broke my spine."
I am usable as the tool that I change
As-
into.
Is there
Excellent.
an inappropriate place to touch on the crowbar?
Great question. That's an important question.
That curly part at the end, right? Like
In,
curved
in the
part?
middle of the curve at the
We did establish that they can't see, but they can crawl around as a crowbar,
Yeah, yeah.
which is somehow worse.
Wiggling in your hand.
I'm assuming you just get like a little like yokai claw or something. Like, you know, like that's how you kind of like crawl along the ground.
I'm kind of picturing Beauty and the Beast, where it kind of just like rights itself and hops along.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Isaac, when you see what they're about to do, you do see that this is riveted like, you know, to the ground. Like it's
Wait, you might break him.
I
like
don't
it could
say anything.
it could certainly because you can't say anything, right? You could certainly try, and you could also go to the effort of, you know, trying to remove the lug nuts and everything to kind of like do it the right way. But yeah, Larissa, if you want to give me a athletics check, you won't be penalized, but you are going for a DC 30. Since all the lug nuts and bolts and everything are still in place.
Okay, I can make this if I roll in that 20.
Okay. Manifesting.
Ha!
Oh, yes.
All right. So, you just sort of like close your eyes. You summon your key. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He believes real hard.
and then, Songbo, nothing's ever hurt like this hurts. You know? There is a horrible snapping and crunching sound, and Songbo, you think it might be your body, but it is actually the stone being torn asunder as Laritz, with perfect form and a special little helper, manages to tear the cover plate off of this pipe by ripping these industrial bolts, all 6 of them, out of the stone, with the leverage you provide. You hear the Zelda like ba-da-ba-ba, like or the one that you know when you find a secret passage. And yeah, there is now a dark pipe that seems to descend forever into darkness. But you know that in Pathfinder 2 Revised Edition, dark vision has no limit, So that probably just means the pipe changes direction at a certain point.
I'll look down it. So I can
See how I've had to change everything about my DM style to live in this world? Yeah.
In
Oh,
Lawrence's hands,
oh, big boy, big boy. As you move onto
Songbow
the
turns
metal,
Well,
it groans under your weight.
Cloudhoof, I need you to move off of that quickly.
All right, as Cloudhoof moves away, you can see that he actually caused pieces of the metal framework to bend and buckle under his weight. The corrosive effect of whatever is affecting this area has definitely weakened the metal, but not any of the stone.
I want to turn the Songbow and be like, we should have got a damn simp.
A simp?
Sample!
Oh, oh, okay.
What part did you use his head?
I thought he said simp. I mean, that's what I heard.
So I have an idea. I'll scoot my way over.
Are we going to be able to fit you down this hole?
I'll definitely go last, just in case.
The squeezing rules in Pathfinder are pretty
Horrible.
rough. When you look, you see that Tiny and Smalls can use it as the world's most dangerous and perilous water slide. Yeah. Mediums will have to squeeze. Largest will probably not fit without magical assistance.
I want to try to pick up the stone that was covering this and chuck it.
Oh, okay.
See how it reacts to the ground, like if it stays on top of it.
There was a corroded and rusted metal plate with 6 industrial, bolts with lug nuts holding it in place. But you kind of take that whole setup, which you now see has cracked a bit from Laritz's administrations, and you just throw it over the side.
Oh no, I'm looking for the stone itself, because you said the stone does not appear to be corroding.
Yeah, the stone's everywhere. You're on stone.
Oh, well, you said the metal was where the metal would melt away. I just want to see what the stone floats, or does it?
Oh
sink,
yeah, you want to grab a piece of rock near, and toss it into the river.
A good sized chunk of rock.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, I mean you can see some on the ground over here. Yeah, you pick up a piece of stone, like a rock, and you throw it. It lands on top of the river, and there's sort of the sound of a rock hitting like a very large piece of glass. And you see cracks kind of run across the surface of the river where you've sort of damaged the hardened shell that seems to be formed around the river.
Do the cracks seem to be deep, or are they just
they're the kind of cracks of somebody threw a rock at your windshield.
Does water leak out of the cracks?
Ooh, great question. As you are looking at it, you do see thick, viscous fluid start to bead up in certain places along the cracks.
That might be bad. I don't know.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like a viable option now. Okay. I think I'm in a bad situation here, folks.
I mean, Kalos says, I don't think it's a bad situation to not go down that pipe. Why would anyone go down that pipe? And Miranda cries out, to see what's down there, obviously.
Yeah, we had to explore our options. And also, you're not even just a little bit curious?
He says, I am afraid.
Is there any way we can close that gate?
Samuel says to him, it takes a real big man to tell a bunch of mercenaries and pirates that you're afraid. So
he is a really big man,
I see you guys have found the sluice gate. All right, so you do see that there are more access panels. here.
Also,
And you
bolted
do.
down with lug nuts.
Yep, lug nuts, yep. There is some rusted machinery. There are some pipes. But you do see this sluice gate. It looks like the sluice gate's purpose is to halt the flow of the river, which is no longer needed. You can see with this John Madden style, like play-by-play drawing I'm going to do, that the river used to flow in this direction with the arrow, and then it would go over this little waterfall here. And then it would go along some machinery. Now that you're here, you can kind of see there's some machinery there. And that would also, you see, is another water wheel that was kind of hard to see before. Then it feeds into the next water wheel, and then the next one. But nothing's moving. Everything frozen. Now, your knowledge of crafting things, you feel like any of these access panels could give you access to local machinery that could be potentially rewired or repurposed. But to what end and what does it control? At this point, unknown. Though, inside any one of these could be materials that you might need for the airship. But you do see these tantalizing doors across the way, and there was that mysterious ladder that led up 40 feet to a plateau with, according to Cloudhoof, a stone structure up top. And
Alright.
Loritz, you see an unusual alcove. Why would there be an alcove there? That's strange. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a naturally formed alcove in the stone. I mean, the landmass was badly damaged during the transposition.
What's the other side of this bank right here look like? Could I leap across to it and check out the weird alcove?
You asking me or you asking the other players?
I guess I'm asking, do we think it's worth checking out this weird alcove? And if so, is it mechanically possible for me to do so?
Oh, mechanically, I'm sure it's possible. Yeah. It would be a
Yeah, I was looking at
combination.
jumping.
Yeah, it'd be like 2 athletics checks essentially. Like one to leap and then one to climb.
I was looking at jumping this just because it's the shortest distance.
Maybe we could find a way to get you across through the alcove.
Right.
You might be able to do that, Loritz, but I just want to remind you what happened when Cloudhoof threw stone onto the water over there. And you just are stone, and you're person size. And so I think that if you fall onto that water, I think maybe you're breaking through. And then you're just going to be down in whatever that slime is.
It'll probably
I'm not
eat
saying
you.
don't do it. I'm just saying be aware of what might happen if you do.
It never occurred to me that I would touch the slime.
Well, but the slime doesn't eat stone. Lurch may be okay.
We should go back and throw one of those living boulders in there and see what happens to them, and then that will let us know what would maybe happen to Loritz.
Or before we try to murder people, I could just cross over the bridge and see if those other doors are locked.
I mean, yeah, we could do that too, I suppose.
No, I mean-
I could also just, change into a tool and you could throw me across. But
But while you guys are doing that, Goldleaf's already kind of putting a foot onto this bridge to test it out.
Oh dang.
Yeah, and I'm walking that way too.
I like that I'm on the other side of this pillar and I can't see that. I think that's funny.
start hearing creaks
Alright.
as I touch the bridge.
Oh no, you are a leaf leshy. It doesn't seem to even notice you're there.
Oh. Well, I guess my slim figure is good for something.
All right, yeah. Jade, as you go across, it seems fine. I mean, Cloudhoof, you could probably just jump from here to here.
Yeah, I was gonna do my primal aspect to get the extra jump distance just to be sure.
Nice.
Does it seem possible that I could climb a wall adjacent to me to get a look at that alcove?
Oh yeah, like hand over hand style.
Yeah.
Like yeah. I will say up here at this current height, the river is like you just reach down and touch it. Whereas here it's like a 20-foot drop down to the river.
Do you want me to roll athletics or just jump?
Let's see. Leap. Let's see. All right, horizontal jump up to 10 feet if your speed is at least 15 feet, up to 15 feet if your speed is at least 30 feet.
And I get +5.
Yeah. It says you don't have to run, or let's say jumping a greater distance requires you to do a long jump. Okay, yeah. All right, you leap across. Loritz, you would just need to make some climb checks to get over. It's pretty easy. Handholds like a DC 15.
Okay. He's gonna enter gorilla stance.
Let me see. Yeah.
Then action macro. DC 15. That's a crit success. If I enter within 5 feet of the ledge, I automatically pull myself up with rapid mantle.
Ooh, okay. All right. So yeah, I can move you around to that. Okay. When you get over here to the alcove, you think these are fragments of bone.
I would like to take them.
Yeah. All right. Give me a recall knowledge. All right. Yeah, they're definitely maybe bones. Now you're not so sure. You're kind of doubting yourself. Could just be. Yeah. You don't think they're stone, but there's a lot of them.
I'll bring them to people smarter than myself.
All right. So you gather up all the fragments that you found.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then I guess give me another climb check to get back.
Okay. This is what he does well.
Bro.
Oh. Well.
Hey, you got 3 of them? You got 3 of them? Yeah.
That's bound to happen.
It's a chill exploration session. Oh, no problem. No problem.
Critical success.
All right. So you get back like a boss.
Oh, it triggered. We see it's the color.
Oh.
Low reroll +10.
Low reroll +10. It's actually tagged for me to see. That's cool. All right. We're already enjoying the benefits of our easier life. It's good. It's good. Wow. This was for you, Lotus. This was for you. Anyways, I loved re-rolling into a bigger fail. It was great. One of my favorite parts of Pathfinder. Okay, so Loritz, you kind of show like the your
Yeah,
findings?
he pulls out a handful of them. What do you make of these songbow, Isaac?
All right, give me some recall knowledge if you're willing to check out his bone collection.
Those are really cool bones.
I found them exploring.
Okay. Isaac. I mean, yeah, they're definitely bone fragments. Songbow. These aren't just bone fragments. You do like that, like super autism detective, like Sherlock Holmes BBC shit, and you start mentally trying to piece the bone fragments back together as you're looking at them, and you think that this is part of the skull, vertebrae, and maybe even collarbone of a dwarf.
That
But
used to be
something
head.
has smashed these bones to get at the delicious marrow inside, and if this was all the bones he found, the rest of the body not nearby.
Something definitely wanted to eat that, or what used to be inside and around it.
Are you
And
telling
it
me
used
this
to be
is
a
not
person's
currency?
head and neck and collarbone.
But how much
And
is
that
it
person
worth?
was a dwarf.
Lord starts to empty his pockets.
Are you trying to get me to identify all of everything that you're
No,
carrying?
I meant he just didn't want to carry around the pieces of a dead man.
Makes sense.
But I
I mean,
suppose
like-
that lets us know what happened to some of the people that were here.
But currency in this setting is bone, right? Like all of the money in Terranathus. I'm not saying.
I think it's only like monster bone, but yeah.
Sometimes.
Hang on, let me just go kill my uncle because I don't have enough cash.
I was about to say, talk about a way to incentivize murder. You know what I mean?
Sometimes
Well-
the greatest monsters walk amongst us.
Damn.
Can you imagine what the counter-fitting defense force has to encounter in this setting?
Jesus Christ. Alright, now that we have these bones, we have the cross-reference with all the missing persons cases.
Yeah.
Wow, I found a tree that can transmute wood to bone. All right.
Alright, well, while they were doing that, I'd like to see what's about this door, and it's locked.
Is this one similarly fused closed?
Yeah, so as you check out this one, you get the same vibes from this one.
Sealed, locked door, all that jazz.
Yeah.
Well, this definitely wasn't it.
And I flurry of blows the door.
This one is different in so much as it seems to descend into the floor rather than the walls.
Does it have the same label where it says interior subterranean?
Oh
access?
no. It says outer perimeter generator.
Well, there might be some good pieces in this part. Lawrence, you did so well with that hatch over there. Do you want to try on the doors or?
He stills himself, and then he's going to try a flurry of blows the door because I can combine a flurry of blows to overcome hardness. So if I can clear the
Nice.
threshold, then maybe. Let me see if I can get my macros no longer work. Oh, that's why. Only Gorilla Slam. There is only Gorilla Slam now. Damage. I did 20 damage. Did I do damage to it?
20 damage
Yes.
because you do double damage to objects.
Yeah.
Yep. No, not because I do damage. Because I can combine the damage from each attack.
Yep. You do break off some of the stone door. You do start to mine your way through it.
He just like does like the 3-inch punch. He like puts his hand on it and then just punches it, and it chips a bit.
This may take a long time. Do we want to try to find another way around?
But while he's doing that, I see that there's a ladder that goes up.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to go over the ladder.
It is 40 feet, but the rungs do look like they have suffered a bit of corrosion from, the proximity to whatever this effect is.
How far up is the bottom rung? Like, where does it start from?
Oh no, you should be able to reach it, no problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's built for dwarves.
Then yeah.
Yeah.
Goldleaf will start climbing up the rungs.
Okay.
Loritz, maybe you and Cloudhoof beat the shit out of that door while Goldleaf and Jade and I go up top.
If that is what you think is best, I will trust your judgment.
I don't know if either of you trying to use this very corroded ladder is a good idea.
He starts punching the door. That's only 14 damage or 13 damage that time. So
Yeah, you do feel like the threshold is definitely 15. So you have to hit that 15 to do any damage to it.
Now,
But
what
the
if
20
I
the 20 damage you did to it, I mean, you definitely like damaged the door. Like you feel like a couple more hits like that could just break the door down.
Do you think a blasting
Goldleaf,
stone?
you reach the top, no problem.
Would you like to take a crack at it, Cloudhoof?
Well, give it a shot.
Is anyone else climbing up?
I am as well.
Ooh. Okay. All right,
Leaving a
Songbow.
decent amount of space in between us so that we're not both
About
laying down the same section.
halfway up. One of the rungs lets out a groan and snaps in your hand.
I just let go and I run up all the way back down. I just nope out of there.
Whee! Okay.
You guys okay down there?
You guys hear the steady rhythmic thud of boys beating on a stone door.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to be able to hurt this.
Supervise door punching.
Do you think a blasting stone might, like, with the damage they've dealt to it, have better luck again?
I
did not.
They have not ruined. They have not made it reach its broken threshold yet. So it's still gonna have that hardness. Yeah.
Yeah, the most I can do is 14 damage.
I got through that time. That's 18.
All right. The door cracks some more. You feel like one more hit and probably get through. Goldleaf, at the top of the ladder are some stairs gone to ruin. You see a strange device of artifice. There are cables, wires, metal ropes coming out of it. They seem to feed into this building, but also into the ground. In Dwarven, you see the words caution and a symbol for electricity. You also see a metal door over here that leads into this simple, squat stone building.
He turns back around and looks over the edge down to the rest of the group. Hey, Smarty Pants, you still coming up, or?
I don't think Isaac was going to use the ladder.
I mean, I'll do it if you want me to.
Careful, there's rungs about halfway up that are prone to breaking.
I'm only asking because there's a building up here, and it looks like there's some wires that are connected to something, and there's a sign that has an electric symbol on it.
We should check it out. You want to turn it into a crowbar, and then I can carry you up?
If you start to fall, yell.
Okay.
And I'll unbecome a crowbar, and I'll make sure you don't die.
I appreciate that. I'm gonna take crowbar, songbow, and put them in like my backpack, and I'm gonna try to climb up the ladder.
Okay. All right. With that one rusted rung already sprung, you kind of skip that one and continue your way up to the top. I'll adjust you to 40, and I guess crowbar to 40. There they go.
I like tap songbow on the ground, so he knows we're good.
Lord looks over to Cloud Hoofs with his arm like reeled back for the punch, but then he's like, "We should probably wait until they see if they can get into that building."
Looks like it's still glow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks interesting.
What can you guys make of this?
Seeing all of this in its current state just makes me wish that I'd seen it before.
Isaac, you know what this is. It's an emergency outdoor generator. It's used to boot up a system if the system goes completely down.
Anyway, I'll say that out loud. Now that said, the system is completely down, so I don't think it's actually working.
Well, I think you're supposed to start it when the system is down to get the system to start back up again. But also, the
like
system probably wasn't built to process slime, so it might just make everything break more.
So is the system actually down? Because these things are still glowing. Points at the lights, I guess, that are on this side of this wall.
Yeah, but
It's
realistically,
probably emergency lighting.
Yeah, like this is more for like the wheel and for processing the water.
What about this building?
Why would you have?
I think those wires are going into the building.
Yeah, but so are the axles for the wheel.
All right, you
Have
kind
you tried the door yet?
you lift the panel, and you do see instructions in dwarven. Basically, you gotta pump it. There's like a little hand pump. You gotta pump it until the meter fills, and then you flip the switch, and it should send a charge downstairs and boot everything back up.
That, or it will jam and throw you off the cliff.
I mean, that would be rad too. Yeah.
Yep.
It would be represented by a crafting check. Or an engineering lore.
You want to back me up just in case I get thrown off the cliff? You can save me.
Yeah, I'll stand over here. If you start to fall, I'll make sure that you don't fall very fast.
No, I appreciate that. Alright, I'm gonna make my crafting check now.
Oops, I don't know what that was.
Alright, so that crafting check, again, you guys aren't like super duper high level. And you know what you're doing here. DC was an 18, so 19 is enough. The meter fills. Do you flip the switch?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. From down below, you hear sort of a thrum of energy, like vroom. Those of you down by the doors try to open, but now that they've been pushed back past the broken threshold, they can't open. So you'll have to destroy them.
Oh goddamn.
So just,
Well-
just give me one more damage output that is 15 or higher. There we go. All right. You destroy the doors.
We could try to remove this thing.
Loris spins and delivers a powerhouse kick to it and just knocks it straight down.
Cloud Hoof, you're very familiar with electricity, and you can feel it in the air, and you can hear it crackling across diodes inside.
Song,
Alright,
what
well-
do you think the chances of us removing the generator?
You also see things that are way too nerdy for either of you to understand. At least that's my
Well, then I am going to shift my stance.
to nerd
Essentially
stance.
recast the stance
Mhm.
to resist electrical damage.
That's a good idea.
Let the clouds soak in the electricity that would otherwise be damaging.
Well, unfortunately, this door is locked.
Sounds like they broke open the door downstairs. We could probably just go back down.
Yeah, that's true.
If we jump
Nope.
off one at a time, I can make sure we all make it safely.
Oh, I don't take fall.
Or we
damage.
just climb.
Okay,
Telling
you
you,
can
we-
climb if you want, Isaac. I just jump.
Yeah, same.
Like climb down. I won't let
Levels
me
isn't
change my.
letting me move.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't let me change my elevation.
Well done, boys.
Ooh.
Okay. As you enter, you see that there are massive electrical transmitters here that are sort of steering energy back and forth. That do make you a bit nervous for the metallic elements in the room. You see, Songbo and Isaac, what would equate to dwarven computers. These complex runic discs are essentially used to input commands into a system. You also see
Never
that
read
inside here, things are less corroded, and some of the stuff in here is in very good shape.
I immediately rush over to one of the computer things.
Okay. All right, give me a recall knowledge. Okay. You have no idea how it works, but you know that it's probably pretty cool if you could get it working.
I've read about these, but basically only that they existed. I've never seen like a diagram or an explanation of one before.
Yeah, generally they're considered to be a bit tedious for anything that would require like fast or flexible workflow. So this technology never really caught on for more modern industrial use or like airships or things like that. It is the basis of clockwork technology, though. Like clockwork automatons have miniaturized versions of these, and and that's how they are sort of programmed to go about their business. The earlier versions of the clockworks used a simple punch card that would sort of translate to this device, which would then translate to the clockwork itself. It's very complicated stuff. But it is pretty good for building a system that will be performing a common repetitive task.
Would these possibly have parts we could use on the airship?
Oh yeah, this room could definitely be salvaged for airship parts, for sure. Let me see if anything on your shopping list is here. Alright, you need a floatstone core, floatstone condenser ring, steam jet pressure valve, arc socket spell battery, ceramic flux resistor, dwarven forge gear assembly, etheric signal amplifier. Oh, okay. Dwarven forged gear assembly. Yeah, I think you can get that one for sure in here. And you should probably be able to get a ceramic flux resistor in here. So I'll go ahead and check those two off your list. Nice.
Leave it to our brain boys to figure out how to get that, and I'll just carry it.
Okay.
You can read dwarven, right? Songboat?
Yeah.
So these things are stopped. What are they stopped on?
Ooh, that's a good question. So, Songbow, as this entertainer asks you a question that makes it seem like this complex dwarven computer system is just gonna, tell you exactly what happened. I don't know how you want to explain to him that these are simply dwarven alphabet characters that have to be keyed in like one at a time over a process that could take hours, and where they happen to be stopped right now likely has nothing to do with why they're stopped. But I don't know how you want to deliver that information.
So let's say you're playing a hurdy-gurdy, right? And you're spinning the little crank around. The position that you stop spinning the crank around tells the people watching you absolutely nothing. And that's basically the same thing that's going on. It doesn't matter. It's in the middle of a command. It doesn't mean anything.
I see. Okay, that makes sense.
But it was a smart question to ask.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if they had stopped in the middle of something or. But. All right. We got everything you need here.
Isaac, you do feel that with time, you could crack the code on these controls and kind of get them to do something. But if you had like a code book or maybe any sort of command codes at all that you could enter into these systems, it would speed up the process.
Things like this usually come with a little code book built into the back.
Perhaps if we could find some living quarters, we would find such articles.
We could check the other side. Maybe that's where they stayed. I can't imagine they.
Well, there was that squat building up top. We didn't exactly go inside that.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Their way to get up
But
there
our
from in here.
door breakers are down here.
I'm very good at going up things.
Well, there's a
Those
rusted
rungs were
ladder.
making me kind of nervous, but you're welcome to try if you want. Just let me watch you do it in case you start to fall.
Look at these gears here, see if there's any.
Whoa, careful. You don't want to walk between these guys. Even though you've got the lightning resistance. Or the electric resistance. Alright, so Songbow, you are going to wait at the bottom, and Laritz, you're going to climb up.
Would you like checks for me to climb the ladder?
Nah. There was just the one trick rung, and it was handled expertly.
That guy's real good at climbing. I
Yeah.
think he'll be okay. Alright. Did that door also open when the other doors opened?
This door did not open. And the door up there does seem to be metal.
As opposed to the stone?
Yeah, but the building is stone.
Songbow and Isaac, it would probably be best if you inspected this door. Your engineering expertise might be handy.
Yep. Alright, Songbow, turn
Isaac,
back into
you
a.
first.
Man,
No,
all right, hold on. I think I'm gonna add like a staircase or something real quick.
Yeah.
That way everybody could just.
Don't have to keep doing the elevation.
Yeah. I didn't anticipate you guys going up and down the ladder this many times. Hold on. I was like, yeah, this is one time. I'll just move their elevation. It'll be fine. Let's see.
Well, we didn't find anything useful, so we had to keep going up and down.
All right, see if you could go up now when you go in there.
Yeah.
Hey, nice.
Yep. Can't go forward. Way around.
I'll assist you if you want to take a look at it.
Sure. What am I doing? A recall knowledge on metal doors?
Crap, they got it.
All right, so when you roll up on this door, you think the door is a normal, like, reinforced exterior metal door. It's probably just locked. There is
I
a
think
very
you might just be able to pick this one.
yeah. There's a very obvious lock and handle on this one, and hinges.
Who's got these?
Love the idea that. I think it's Larissa.
Would you like me
Yeah.
to pick the lock, or would you like to dismantle the hinges?
Let's start by trying to pick it, I think.
Okay.
Love the fact that Laritz, because he came across one door he couldn't lockpick, was like, they're all like this forever. I won't even acknowledge the door handle.
Champion.
Punch. 1 second. Looking for. So you want thievery?
Yeah, that sounds good.
5.
Beautiful. Okay. I'm not gonna try to milk your lockpicks from you. So yeah. That is a success. The lock is old and rusted, and as you are kind of plying it with your lockpicks, it's sort of just you hear sort of a sad sort of crunch inside the door as the lock just collapses. All right, Cloudhoof, with your incredible perception, you do hear a sort of mewling, scuffling sound coming from the other side of the building.
Uh-oh.
All right. As you guys enter the building, you see that it is in disarray. Everything inside is broken, shattered, as if police and/or criminals came and were looking for something, or someone got really upset and just smashed everything. This doesn't seem to be the sort of damage that would have been caused by the transposition. This seems like intentional, almost hateful destruction. And you hear a low crackle coming from this radio.
Somebody was big mad in here. Isaac, you want to come look at this radio with me?
Ooh, radio.
Yeah, I heard a little crackle. Maybe a snap and a pop.
How the hell is it still working?
I don't know.
The trying to find my notes here. It's been so long. Oh, okay. I know what I'm looking for. Alright.
Oh, actually, that radio's still working. Don't we need a radio?
You do need a radio.
Because, apparently that's more important than the thing that helps the ship go up and down.
I mean, a radio lets you keep track of the popo. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty important. And also pick up, distress signals and send distress signals and, all that good stuff. All that good stuff. All right. Here's what I'm looking for. Okay. All right. The trestle. Okay. Spooky. All right. Up here in this room. There is a static sort of crackling in the radio. As you guys are sort of talking about it, you hear a woman's voice. They are speaking in Dwarven at first, then in Taldine, which is the common of the Terranathus, and then they kind of cycle through a couple of more languages. The voice coming through says in the same thing in every language. This is Operator Shara Stormvoice, Forgecom Tower 12. Systems are down. Survivors pinned. Please respond. Over.
Do I know enough about the area to know what any of that would be referring to?
You could do a recall knowledge if you'd like.
Oh.
right. Yeah, you're not sure what any of that means, other than I guess it's a distress call for sure.
Oh, he was asking about the area. You meant like the area that was around the Hydro Forge?
Hey, that's what I mean. Like, yeah, like none of it really makes sense. Like, you don't recognize the person's name, you don't recognize what Forgecom Tower 12 is, but you do understand the basics. Like, they're basically calling for help.
I'm old. I to call something.
Yeah. Gold Leaf, you do know that Forgecom Tower 12 just refers to the communication and surveillance towers that were built along the perimeter of Tyranathus back in Galarian. And this is just the 12th of such towers.
12th being the one that was at the Hydro Forge?
Correct, yep. The one that was at the Hydro Forge.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll relay that info.
Alright, Cloudhoof. You see a living boulder come into view. It's looking at you, but it doesn't seem aggressive. And that is when the door closes, and then a terrible, sort of high-pitched scream starts coming out of the radio. We roll into initiative. All right, go ahead and give me a roll into initiative.
What the hell is that noise?
It definitely is a combination of like a woman's scream and then the feedback of putting like two microphones together. So just a horrible sound.
Yeah, no, that sounds awful.
Yeah. All right, Cloudhoof, to you.
All right. I'm going to try speaking in Circerian to it. And just say, "Are you all right over there?" See if it responds.
Tactics once per day. Oh. Okay. As you try to speak with it, go ahead and give me a diplomacy, or a nature, to kind of set the mood of your interaction.
"23.
Nice. Okay. The boulder seems to calm. Not that it seemed aggressive, but your words, it doesn't seem to understand them, but it seems to soothe the creature a bit. All right. Oh, you have two more Pac-Mans.
I guess I'm seeing that it's kind of calmed. I'm gonna try opening this door, I guess.
Okay. The door is locked, but you saw the door get unlocked, and you heard the commentary that the lock gave way.
Alright, so I guess I'll try to push open the door. Force. Is that a strength check?
Yes, it'd be a force open.
Okay. That's an action. Nope.
Okay. Yeah, as you shoulder the door, you feel like the condition of the door, the fact that it's unlocked, and your size should be more than enough to open this door. You know that it is being held closed by something otherworldly. All right, and that's your 3 Pac-Mans. Play passes to Songbow.
Excellent. Are there like controls on this radio? And would I know how to use them?
Yeah, I would say that radios are a common enough part of everyday life that your training in crafting and your experience on airships, you would know how to use the radio, yeah.
Okay. And I guess the other question is this like a two-way radio? Like, is there something that I can talk into?
Yes, there is.
Okay. I want to hold down the send button and sort of lean in and be like, "Hello, can you hear me?"
All right. As you grab hold, or not grab hold, but as you lean in and kind of speak into the radio, you see the button to press to kind of like send your words out into the world. You push the button down and you say that, and then the message repeats. Hello? This is Operator Shara Storm Voice, Forgecom Tower 12. Systems are down. Survivors pinned. Please respond. Over.
Maybe because you didn't say oh.
I think I know what's happening, but Songbow is going to spend both of the next of his 2 actions trying to talk to this person on the radio.
Okay. All right. You get the same thing each time. That same message plays over again, but it is not identical each time, which maybe further encourages you to think that, it's not a recording.
Same content, but different.
It's the same
wording.
exact content, but different delivery. Yep.
Okay, I turn to Isaac and I'm just like, I don't think it's working. See if you can fix it.
Isaac, to you.
I would like to use my 3 actions doing the exact same thing.
Oh my god!
Hell
Okay.
yeah!
So you take the handset from him and you depress the button. You give him a confident look, like, "Don't worry, friend, I've got this."
I'm gonna end it with over though every time I talk.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you have to say
am I to assume Songbow didn't say over? Is that one of the?
Songbow
okay.
did not say over.
Okay, so the first attempt, you tell us what you say.
Hello, is there anyone there? Over.
Okay. Oh man, so when you say over, the voice says, "Oh, is someone's there? So, please, you need to listen to me. You need to stay away from the Hydroforge. Don't come here.
I got bad news. Over.
You'll be in danger. Over."
I have bad news. Over. I'm at the Hydroforge. Over.
Okay. You hear a strangled cry inside the radio. Then you are lost. Over.
No, I'm pretty sure we know our way back. Over.
Can't believe they were such a stickler for radio protocol that they wouldn't answer,
I-
even when they're in
Look.
such obvious distress.
Look, when people are into ham radio, they're really into ham radio.
Loritz, to you.
Loris watches all of this and just kind of stares at them with just kind of. He's going to delay his turn until
something happens, I'm gonna put myself at the end of initiative.
Oh, okay. All right, Jade, to you.
And Jade was kind of thinking the same thing. She's just preoccupied staring at Tweedledee and Tweedledum that she was just kind of wait until there was something that was said on the radio that would urge her to action.
Incredible. Okay. Gold leaf to you.
While they're working on the radio and talking to this person, I'm just gonna look around the room for anything that's interesting, anything that could be useful, etc.
Okay.
Will that
So
be a seek
looking
action?
around the room. Yeah. Definitely give me a seek action.
No, it also sounded like you're about to give me info and I should have said shit.
Oh, I mean, I was just gonna describe like you got a broken bookcase, you got a broken, looks like a bed.
Oh, actually,
Okay.
I should have rolled that with hero point or advantage. 'Cause it's secret roll.
All right. Yeah, go for it. I haven't told you the results yet.
I'll delete that one. Keep higher.
Okay. So, looking around the room, you see that this seems to be some sort of power supply, similar to the one that you saw outside, but this one doesn't have any sort of outdoor, like, weatherproofing panels or anything like that. And it seems that this one is just sort of steady running, which is likely where you were seeing the lights and why there were still some lights kind of shining and whatnot. This, you're not 100% sure what it used to be, but it does sort of look like useful parts, maybe spare parts, maybe scrap. This is a stone bed that looks like it was shattered, possibly by being picked up and thrown. This is a comfy chair that has been torn, ripped, its feet broken. You see a desk with drawers that have not been explored. And you see a bookcase. The majority of the books and notebooks seem to be ruined. You also hear Cloudhoof messing with the door. And you hear these two talking to the radio.
Okay. I guess my next two actions are just to walk over to the desk and start looking through the drawers. It's like, excuse me, I'm gonna take a look at this. You guys have this covered.
Yeah, sure. All right, in the drawer you find what looks like a intact notebook, and giving it a quick flip through the pages. It looks like it's written in dwarven, and it's a bunch of passphrases.
Goldleaf kind of looks at the book.
As you are looking at the book, you hear the voice in the radio say, "Hey, that's mine! Over."
Wait, how can you see me? What? Hold on.
And that would be your 3-pack of mans.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see. That is when the haunt activates.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
You could have prevented it.
The radio makes a loud scream, and everyone inside the building, so not Cloudhoof or the little boulder, I need you guys to give me will saves, DC 17. This is a fear-based effect.
Is that emotion?
It is an emotion, yep.
Oh shit! I finally get to use this.
I mean, anything emotion-based is going to come up so much during your adventuring career.
Right. But now I specifically have a ancestry feat that deals with emotion-based stuff.
Nice.
If I actually rolled well. No, I
see.
want this to be excess. Fuck this.
Okay.
I will not let the dice control me.
Look at that. It's kicking in. It's kicking in. All right. So, Jade, you are the only one that did not make the save. Oh.
I'm gonna re-roll it.
Look at that.
Bam. Oh, okay, cool. Yay.
I mean, I'm a fan. Honestly, I'm a
Hooray,
fan of
we
the.
can maintain the fantasy that we're good at things. Isn't that what we want to all be here for? So
I
we
was
can
told
mean-
that this was
good
going to
at
be a
things.
heroic campaign.
I mean,
We're all
listen.
heroes if we have good intentions.
All right. So let's see. With that, you guys avoid the mental damage, and then the fear. And since you didn't critically fail, you avoided that effect as well. Then Isaac, who is holding the radio, go ahead and give me a DC 17 reflex save. All right. You sort of hot potato the handset to prevent yourself from being electrocuted.
Ooh.
All right. Outside, this boulder approaches Cloudhoof, and you see its crystals begin to glow, and then a nearby stone on the ground begins to speak, and it says, "He waits by the static. Shara, sound maker, friend." And that's its turn. Cloudhoof.
Could I reinsert myself?
Oh, yeah.
I believe
Alright.
Jade wanted to.
Cloudhoof. Objection. Laritz jumps in.
All right.
So I haven't really dealt with a haunt since the very beginning of Alkenstar. As I recall, you had to make occultism checks. To,
Well, each haunt is
why-
different, but step 1, figure out what the fuck's going on. And then step 2, do the things that the haunt wants. Some haunts are more dangerous than others. As the Alkenstar person, in this particular thing that you're talking about, that was a very dangerous one. Some of them are more like sad or confusing or annoying. But they all share one thing in common. They will not go away until they have been appeased.
Songo and Isaac. Is there any way I can try to see? Songbo and Isaac are both coming up after this. Could I try to aid one of them in the check to identify the thing by maybe girding them against the force that is emitting from it? I don't know. Can I roll an athletics check?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll take it. I'll take pity assist, because there is really not much else I can do for a haunt.
Okay. And what was the intent of your athletics check again?
Just to simply like hold them steady while they are.
Okay. So you
sort
just
out.
you're gonna use assist action to kind of
Yep.
like help them with whatever they're figuring out. Okay. They are, I may perhaps overexcited. And keep moving away from you as you try to administer your support.
No.
All right. Cloudhoof.
I will ask the boulder, is your friend in there? And point to the door.
Oh, it sort of nods its whole body, and it makes sort of sad mewling sounds.
All right, I'll I will. What's her name? Sarah? You say the name was? Shoot.
It said, Shara.
Zara?
Shara with an
Sharo.
S. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna spell it for you.
Shara. Okay. I'll knock on the door and say, Shara, your boulder friend here misses you.
Oh shit. Okay. Go ahead and give me a diplomacy.
Okay.
It is going to be a DC 18.
Should be interesting.
All right. Inside the room, you guys feel the mounting paranormal pressure lessen by, I don't know, 33%.
Number, but okay.
You're right. Yeah, weird, right? The voice in the radio says, Gravel was my friend. Over. All right, Cloudhoof, that was a two Pac-Man interaction with the haunt. Anything with your third action?
I guess I'll call out. Can you open the door so you can see him?
Ooh, there is no reply. Play passes to Songbow. Unless Jade wants to jump in.
So I'm assuming since I'm close enough to the door, I could
You
probably
heard, you
hear.
definitely heard that exchange. Plus, he was loud enough because he wanted people inside to hear.
Okay. Man, I'm just not sure what I could do to really help in this situation.
You could do what I.
Yeah, that's true. I could be like Songbo and Isaac and not do anything helpful. Is there any way that I can call out? And I've heard Shara's name out loud, right? So is there any way that I could also call out and try to just ask what they need or what they want?
Oh yeah, sure. Give me a DC 18 diplomacy.
Go ahead and roll it from her sheet. Her computer
Okay.
froze up.
No. All right. Here we go. Diplomacy plus 11. God damn. All right. Yeah. That was almost a critical success. So you you call out to her. What do you say? Oh, like her computer died, like completely, or just Foundry?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. It just like froze really bad all of a sudden. Jade's gonna call out, Shara, what can we do? How can we assist? What's going on?
Okay. As you say that, Shara, from inside the radio, says, You need to warn people. Warn them to stay away. Things here are really bad. Over. Things here are bad to worse. Over.
How many Pac-Mans do I have left?
That'd be 2 out of your 3 to interact with the haunt in a meaningful way.
Okay. I guess I'll use my last Pac-Man. I just peer pressure. I kind of want to come be with my buddies over here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Maybe I am trying to move myself, but I can't.
I got you. There you go. All right.
Yay!
All right. Sweet. Songbow to you. Oh, and you feel the paranormal pressure in the room go down another 33%.
Nice. So there's only 33.6.
34%.
Yeah, that's true. It has only gone down by 33 each time.
Yeah.
What if it's like a terrible update where like it's to 99 and you gotta wait forever for that 1%? Oh, it's the worst.
And then it restarts, and then it restarts again
No.
at 30%.
I didn't know this was a horror game.
I just want to inspect the radio, because obviously there's some sort of like possession sort of almost thing happening with this radio, and so I want to see if it's the radio itself or if it's just like the area.
That makes sense. Okay.
I don't know what that would be though.
This would be either occultism or perception.
All right, I'm plus 11 at occultism, so let's do that. Is this blind or does it matter?
No, you could roll it openly. All right, 26 on this. Okay. So occultism here. I'm like scrolling up and down. All right. So with that occultism, you get the sense that you are not even dealing with a full-fledged spirit. What you are dealing with is the lingering fear of an entity who died here. But looking around, you don't see a body. Nor do you see where a body would have gone if it died in here, since the door
I do
was
see
locked.
shit that's really torn apart, and we did find part of a body that was crushed earlier.
Now, with that occultism, you do understand that there are apparitions called poltergeist, which is different than poltergeist, which is the ghost of chicken. But a poltergeist is like,
God damn it!
it's like a spirit that's really angry, and it's so angry and afraid that it can manifest telekinetic force and just fuck shit up. You get the sense that the longer this haunt is active, the more violent and dangerous it's going to become. but fortunately, you and your allies have already lowered it by 66%. You also realize that one of the only connections the spirit seems to have latched onto is this gravel, whoever the fuck that is, that Cloud Hoof was talking about. So that could be the key to kind of shutting this thing down. Though the curious scientist part of your brain wonders, could we get some information out of this soul print, as it were, before we put it to rest?
They've done a really good job already. I feel like that means that I don't have to. So I want to.
And since this was finding out information about the haunt and not interacting with the haunt in a way that could shut it down, that was only one Pac-Man. So you do have 2 Pac-Mans left.
Sweet. I want to press down the send button and say, Shara, what? Why should we stay away? What happened here? And then I wait a second, and then I go, over.
Ah, okay. You hear a crackle, and then you hear, lost, forgotten. Desperate. We trusted him. We trusted him. We shouldn't have. Over.
On my last one, I want to do is recall knowledge 1 Pac-Man?
Yes.
Okay, I want to do a recall knowledge to see if I can think of any particular individual that was associated with the Hydro Forge that she might be referring to. Which is probably like a ridiculously high DC.
There were many employees that worked at the water treatment plant, the Hydro Forge. None of them were so important that they kind of stand out in your mind, thinking back over the history of Terranathus.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Play passes to Isaac. Isaac, as we approach the next activation of the haunt, the objects in the room are beginning to float, and the heavier objects are beginning to vibrate.
I'm gonna press the button now. Sara, you haven't been forgotten. We are here. We've come to figure out what happened here, to understand, and then hold those who are responsible accountable.
Oh shit. Okay. So is this an attempt to reach out to the haunt?
Oh, over.
Okay. This is going to be a diplomacy or performance check. DC 18.
Oh.
Okay. There's a faint voice in the radio, and it says, "The only thing left is to end this madness." Over. And with that over, the objects stop hovering, clattering back down, and the heavier objects stop shaking, and the light on the radio goes down. the door creaks open. This little boulder comes rushing in. It looks around, as if trying to find someone. And then, it lays down on the floor. Does nothing.
Won't let me in.
Be large, we said. It'll be fun, we said.
I think we said it'll be fun-y. It'll be funny.
Alright, I will end the encounter.
Pat Boulder on the head and say, think your friend's spirit has finally passed on.
It lets out a sad, sort of gravelly sound. And it looks over at the radio. And then it closes its little beady pebble eyeballs. It seems to have gone to sleep.
Now, did we need the radio?
That was mentioned
As one of our items?
Yeah, I think
that
we
was
don't have
not there. Well, we have
Okay.
one. It's just broken.
Okay, fine. We don't have a working one.
Did we have the mouthpiece that the sound came out of?
Yeah, I mean, this is an intact radio. It is...
No, I
it-
meant back at the on the airship.
Oh, yeah, you did, but it was just, like, fried.
They could probably take the radio.
Oh, can we at least give him like the microphone part as keepsake?
Oh.
I guess. Here you go, Rockmon.
Okay.
Here's the mouthpiece.
That's
Okay.
gravel.
As you hand Gravel the mouthpiece to the radio, he eats it.
That's exactly what I thought.
Hey, Songbow, I think this is in Dwarven, and hands him the book.
Oh yeah, it's
Not-
that code book that Isaac was looking for earlier.
Alright, flipping through, it's got lots of commands. None of them seem like they would be too pertinent to what you need, but as you and Isaac scan each page... Isaac, do you speak Dwarven?
I do not. I was gonna
Okay.
just give it a.
Alright, so
Songbow.
as Songbow, as you are scanning it with your eager eyes, you do eventually see the code to open the interior facility doors. Like the interior and subterranean access doors.
So the way I do this is I hold the book out in front of me, and I whisper what it says just loud enough for Isaac to hear me, so that Isaac can tell everybody what it says. I don't want him to be embarrassed that he doesn't know dwarf.
Thank you. Ah, yes. Yes. Ah, yeah, Dwarven. Yeah.
All right. So he kind of points to which code you need. You see it as a nonsense word, but you're confident that you could do that.
All right, let's go do it.
Anything else in this room that may be useful?
As you look around the room for anything else useful, you let me check your to-do list here. Yes, you find the etheric signal amplifier to enhance long-range crystal-based radio communication. Nice. All right, that's three out of 12. You got 3 out of 12 items.
Perfect,
Nice.
right there. And you said these books, are they completely ruined?
What?
The books on the bookshelf.
So yeah, as you go over and check out the books, the majority of them do seem to be in dwarven. A lot of them are just like safety manuals, and like company policies. You just workbooks, industrial worksite, kind of books. You think that maybe like someone might want to buy them? Question mark. That would be interested in this kind of facility or technology. But they don't. They're essentially like manuals for the equipment that can be found commonly throughout the facility.
Well, I did say to Seraphine to, if there was anything that we found, to hand it to her, so he's going to take the books and put them in his bag.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So what's next? Do we head further into
Then we go
this
put the-
facility?
Then we go put the codes in.
Alright.
Back down.
Which you can now do thanks to the working elevator.
I don't take the elevator, I hop off.
Oh yeah, I hop off also, but for ease of token movement.
Yeah.
It might look like I'm taking the ladder, but I'm not a square. I
I'm
definitely
jumping
float
over
down.
the ladder.
Yeah.
I'll
Like that one kid that always had to slide down the rail at school instead of using the stairs like everyone else.
You mean that kid that broke his arm?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Every day you'd wait for it. You'd wait for it. Is today the day? Are you gonna break his arm?
I'll pat Gravel on the head one last time and say, "I know you're hurt, but if you should want to leave this place, you can find our airship dock that way," and point in the general direction to where we are.
It sort of looks off in that general direction, but it sort of has like the intelligent look of a pug. You know what I'm saying? Like you think you think you're getting through, maybe.
Lord would say to it in Terran, the rock language, "You can also follow along with us if you so choose."
Okay.
Well,
When you
interested in the thing.
Yeah, when you say that in Terran, it gets up, does like sort of a perimeter of the room. It pauses by the window, and it's sort of just staring over by the window, like it can
Sure.
see something.
Lookout window.
Okay, so as you approach, you see that it is looking at a pane of glass that has been broken, and you see with your incredible passive perception that there is a green residual sort of slime all around the cracked glass.
Alright.
Like something slimy passed through that broken window.
Would be a nature check.
Yeah, you can give me a recall knowledge.
Recall knowledge.
you think that a slime or ooze is in some way responsible for the missing corpse.
We might encounter whatever took your friend.
Oh, it lets out a low growl. It looks like it's going to follow you guys.
Hooray, another
Congrats.
crewmate. We are One Piece.
Man, you guys collected them way faster than One Piece. What are you talking about?
No, right?
They had, like-
Seriously, at least like till the
Like
end
100,
of the arc.
147 episodes per character or something crazy like that.
Alright,
there's
we're One
the-
Piece abridged.
Great.
And then all the best ones, they don't even stick around. Anyways, all right. But maybe Bonnie will stick around. I got high hopes. Maybe we can keep Bonnie. All right, Isaac, do you input the code to open the door?
Mhm. Yep.
All right, off in the distance. Door's open.
Thanks.
Silver Eye calls out to you guys. Hey, this door opened finally. You must have
Oop.
done something right. Miranda runs up to Jade and says, Miss Jade? I think this area has a slime infestation.
Is it
And-
the goopy liquid that's frozen that makes you say that?
No, but that got me thinking about slimes and oozes. But do you see all this white stuff on the ground?
Yes, I do.
That's ooze droppings.
Oh,
And when she says that, it's one of those things where like the camera like sweeps across, and it's like,
The whole
you know,
place
like-
is fucking plastic.
yeah, the whole place is covered with it. You know, like pollen during like, you know, the worst part of spring, when everything's got like the neon yellow plant jizz on it. Like you look around, and it's just everywhere.
Yes.
Do you
my
mean
dark
now?
Gray car. Yeah,
literally,
now.
I was just about to say.
My dark gray car now has a yellow tint to it. Great, thanks.
Miranda, how
Didn't even
long
pay.
have you known about the white stuff?
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know. She turns to Samuel. Samuel says, I don't know, about 10 minutes, maybe? I mean, we were waiting for you guys to finish whatever you were doing. It doesn't seem like a smart move to doubt. And,
So
You
even
know.
after you figured out that it was slime droppings, you just continued to stand in it?
well, I mean, it's everywhere. I have shoes on, so.
Ooh.
Look, not all of us wear shoes.
Silvara says, I also think it might be haunted.
Oh yeah, that part we figured out.
Oh, it was just a hunch, but I'm kind of sad to be right.
I think. Wait, correction. Hold on a second. Are you saying like you feel like the whole place is haunted? Because that building over there, and you'll point to the one that's on top, that did have a ghost.
Oh, she says, oh, okay, yeah, I felt the vibes, you know? But I feel them, and you see her remaining eye, bright, silvery blue, dart all about. I feel them everywhere.
Oh.
Oh, you see, Grieving Boulder, aka Gravel, try to follow across this bridge.
Maybe be careful, Gravel.
As it starts heading across, you hear the metal groan. Oh! Cloud Hoof's there. All right, Cloud Hoof.
I'll grab him.
All right,
The baby.
go ahead. Go ahead and give me an athletics or a reflex save. Athletics skill check or a reflex save. The DC is a 16.
keys
Yeah.
for that thing.
Oh baby! All right, yeah. You
Take it,
snatch
baby.
you snatch him up as the bridge collapses under his weight with a terrible scream. As it does, it hits the hardened membrane of the slime river, and you hear the shattering, sort of crackling sound of that membrane breaking. And there is a small-ish sort of geyser of slimy river that bursts out, and you hear the sizzle, and you watch the foaming bubble action of the acidic river begin eating away at the metal bridge fragments.
Holy shit.
Oh, gravel and say, that could have been you. And I'll take him with me as we go to this side to leap over.
All right. Okay, so you, yeah. You saved the little baby. I mean, I don't know if he's a baby. He's, he's pretty old to have known that lady when she was alive.
Same to old man?
He's kind of like Inky, you know what I'm saying? Like baby for life, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're in the baby for life club, that's kind of where he's at. All right. Samuel says, "Didn't we kill a bunch of these rocks earlier?"
Maybe we don't talk about that right now.
This one
Oh.
seems nice.
Okay. So we got slimes and we got ghosts.
On
These
the
rock
bright
creatures could unlock my people's ability to survive in this plane. They seem remarkably untouched by it.
Oh, good point.
Also, some good
That
news. I
he's
think
adorable.
It is a little cutie. Also, some good news. I think, and we'll kind of look at Isaac and Longbow. I think we got like what, 3, 4 things on your list.
4, I believe.
So we're a good chunk of the way there.
Honestly, if this pirate thing doesn't work out, we could always start a ghost hunting business. We could capture and maybe
Oh,
entrap.
I think we did a pretty good job up there. You're not wrong.
I
We
think
could do both.
I am remiss. There should be something here that is not here. Let me see if I could whip it out.
No, it's fine.
This mine cart. There we go.
Oh, never mind.
I thought it was going to be something awful.
Nope.
Oh yeah, riding style.
Yeah, so when you guys open the door, or when the door is open, when you peer through the open door, you see a 15-foot by 20-foot stone and metal platform that leads to some stairs that lead down to a set of mine cart tracks that go off map. Down
Oh man.
a tunnel into darkness. But since dark vision has no range limitations, you assume that just means the mine tracks turn at some point.
This is my new favorite disclaimer.
The addendum that he makes.
Listen. The only comments we get nowadays are corrections from Pathfinder kids. So
Oh.
I know. I'm starting to miss those D&D theater kids quite a bit.
We still get those? Huh.
What, comments?
Yeah.
Mm.
You know, I honestly thought that we were doing perfectly fine.
Thinking about it, if you want to farm engagement, let's just start doing stuff wrong on purpose.
Bro,
Hey.
bro,
Wait,
that
you mean we haven't been doing things wrong on purpose?
that was like our Alkastar brand, bro.
I know, right?
How not to play Pathfinder? Oh yeah.
All right, I guess the question to you guys is, do you want to go any further? I mean, you don't have all the parts yet to fix the airship. So I guess you have to go further.
I mean, going
Yeah,
further
but,
would be nice. I don't think we can all go through with the cart.
That's true.
So we're
It's
just gonna
kind
have
of a
to
tease
walk
to only have one cart there, you know?
it.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
What we could do is we could send the cart forward and we could walk down the track together. That we don't. The cart will hopefully
Oh,
kick up any of the.
yeah.
Ooh, and we have a light spell you can cast on it and then just take it with us. Just walk with it. In case we do find something, we can push it back in that.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jade could cast light on it.
Actually, a lot
Sounds
of
pretty. It
things-
sounds pretty cool.
A lot of the things that we've seen here have been a little bit technological. Does this cart already have like a lantern or a light attached to it?
Let me see. This cart do have a headlight and a tail light.
Oh man.
Your understanding of it, Songbo and Isaac, is that the motion of the wheels will generate the energy needed to light up the headlight and the tail light.
Nice.
It is a little strange that the Hydra Forge would have a minecart, though. Unless they just thought that'd be a fun way to get to and from different parts of the complex. I mean,
No.
they are dwarves, so
I'll say it was
like,
made by dwarves. It's like their
Yeah.
their go-to level way of transportation.
yeah. And listen,
All right.
anybody that's played Minecraft, it's that video game based on the amazing award-winning Jack Black movie. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. But
Just triggered so many people with that comment.
Dude, I'm mad about that comment.
But anyways, they're the best way to get around. You can even make elevators out of them. So. Yeah, that's like
Smalls in the
10-year-old
minecart,
tech.
and everybody else pushing.
You could fit 4 smalls in that minecart, 2 mediums or 1 large, like Donkey Kong style.
Songbow, Goldleaf, Jade, and Miranda.
I
all
did
in
not
the
get to
mon-
ride on Donkey Kong's Barrel Blast minecart roller coaster at Universal. So
So, from what I
Universal
understanding, my next investment needs to be a harness that all the smalls can hold on to. So I sit on it, and all the 4 of them hold on to me.
Well, you know how, like in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, they have like the Talus stone dude, and then the bokoblins will build like a war platform, like on their shoulders.
Hey, I've seen the No Melissa on the back of the large.
Right?
We have some craftsman engineers here, smarty types. They could come up with it.
You want me to build you a baby carrier that can carry around 3 to 4 small creatures?
I just need like handholds they can grab on.
Songbow is like bouncing up and down on his heels, like we get started.
All right, if that's the case, I will take you guys over to the next scene. All right, let me see. If they get in the minecart, what happens to them?
Baby Bjorn of adventure. There's probably Pathfinder rules out there somewhere for it, so you know.
Ooh. Okay. Oh. Spooky. Nah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay. So the smalls are all riding in the minecart. So are you guys boldly going on ahead of the group? Because once this thing gets going, it's gonna be way ahead of everybody. Or is it one of those? To a certain extent, yes. Like once it gets going, it will generate its own energy to keep going.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Plus,
I mean, I don't really want to get ahead of everyone.
So you're gonna make the mediums and larges like chase after you guys if you.
Well, it has a brake, I assume, right?
Oh yeah,
So,
okay.
We can
All right.
put a width of brake enough where we get the same speed.
I mean, worst comes to worst, you have air.
This has the vibe. This has the vibe of like little kids like riding in like have like the little trains for little kids to ride on, and then the adults just walk alongside the little kid train. Like it kind of has that vibe a little bit. I'm not trying to demean the smalls, but like
no, that's exactly the goal.
Don't make me turn this minecart around, kid.
Just in case, I'll put an extra 5-foot movement on my speed, so I gotta up to.
It do got them vibes. All right.
But I want to go see more of the minecarts.
All right. Unfortunately,
I got a 40-foot land speed, so I can run
your
pretty far now.
minecart adventure would end when it runs out of tracks. Your options are bail out, careen into this rocky embankment, and possibly run over this living boulder. Ramp onto these tracks and keep going. That's pretty much your options.
Serious.
Do you want? Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Here he is.
Oh.
It's just vibing. So do you want to bail out at no penalty to yourselves, or do you want to stay in the minecart and try to ramp that shit Tony Hawk Pro Skater style over this embankment and then back onto these tracks?
That is tempting, but I can see that those tracks also then end.
Yeah.
So I think maybe we just bail.
Just in an endless void. Oh yeah, you could. Right? Yeah, that's the third option too. Yeah. Okay. So when you see that the tracks end, you're just gonna brake. That seems like a good idea too. All right. I guess there was a third option after all.
A simple option.
All right. Here's your minecart. There you go. Okay. As you guys approach, this thoughtful boulder burrows back underground. I don't want no trouble. You can see that there is floatstone everywhere. But those of you who know about floatstone, you immediately recognize that there is something wrong with this floatstone. The floatstone should be a healthy blue, and this is a sickly green.
What does it mean when it's green? I'm gonna try to recall.
Put it in slime.
Yeah. Recall knowledge, go for it.
That's my guess. I have no idea.
Pretty good guess.
Isaac, you think that maybe it is because it is a rare and special kind of floatstone. Gold leaf. You are pretty sure it's irradiated and you all have magic cancer. Just for being near it. You're very confident in that.
Both of those things could be true.
Songbow, you not only read about this, but you did some personal studies into this. This is floatstone that has taken on the properties of elements other than air. In this instance, it has been infused with energy from the para-elemental plane of slime, which rests in between earth and water.
So it's slimestone.
Yeah, this is like slimestone, which is very odd.
Yeah, we shouldn't get close to that stuff. I think we're gonna get cancer. I'm not even sure what cancer is.
Here in the elemental plane of air, floatstone should be at its purest. So this indicates that there is some sort of environmental contamination going on.
I wonder if that has to do with the giant slime river.
Miranda did.
Do you think somebody did this on purpose, or do you think this was natural?
I feel like this is a horrible accident.
No.
Yeah, that's sort of the vibe
A
I'm getting.
horribly on purpose accident?
Like in the play Jurassic Park?
I'm afraid I haven't seen that one before.
I was thinking kind of like accidentally teleporting a city to a different plane of existence kind of accident.
Well, I mean, technically, at least in the official records, the transposition was done on purpose.
Loritz,
Oh, you see another minecart over here? You see some crates. In Dwarven, they are labeled supplies.
hey Loritz,
What do you need, Songbo?
Songbo.
Sorry. My cloud tube. My bad.
How does this stone make you feel? I mean, if it's
Ooh,
plane
that's a
of
good
Earth
question.
adjacent,
That is a great question.
it might be why these living boulders are not sick.
May I touch?
Yeah, sure.
Whoa, be
As you
careful,
approach-
you don't want cancer.
Even Thor and his friends couldn't take care of it. Like that's how serious it is. All right. So Loritz, did I bring you over to this map? Where are you at?
I didn't see him.
Are you just theater of the minding it right now, Loritz?
I can see the map. We're in a cavern with glowing crystals.
Damn,
Oh,
where the hell are you?
Is it because of the fanspo?
Yeah, I'm Fanspo.
Oh, okay. I was like, where are you? Okay. So as you approach the stone with the intention of laying a hand on it, kind of checking the vibe. Okay. It makes you feel uncomfortable. Sort of a little sick. But at the same time, you kind of feel a balance there. Floatstone, by its very nature, is sort of a paradox because it is earth that has been infused with air. But here you have the addition now of this para-elemental of slime, and you start to get an idea in your monk brain, which is actually quite large for a monk with a +1 bonus. And you're like, floatstone could be the foundation of a cure for your people if it were infused with the right combination of elements and then consumed as a sort of like supplement or nutrient to kind of like fortify your people against the effects of the elemental plane of air. It might even reverse a lot of the degeneration that's been happening. But you don't feel that this, the para-elemental slime, is the right infusion. Or at least it's not the only element you would need. And then there's also the fact that you have no idea how the floatstone absorbs ambient elemental energies.
Hey, one question answered, 5 more made.
This really is like One
Now,
Piece.
this is solid progress, though.
All right, Loritz, do you voice any of these thoughts as you are kind of interacting with the stone?
Sure.
Okay. So, kind of voicing these thoughts, Isaac the alchemist and Songbo the sometimes alchemist. These are strong theories. And they are untested, but have promise. Like, he's not just, grasping at straws here. Like, this is something that could actually be explored. But it would require live test subjects.
Doesn't sound good.
Now, as to why the living boulders don't seem to be impacted by the same degeneration that affects the gargoyles, in truth, these are the only elemental earth creatures any of you have ever encountered in the elemental plane of air besides the gargoyles of Terranathus.
So our sample of what's happened is just too small to make a conclusion.
Right. Maybe what's happening to the gargoyles isn't something that's happening to every earth elemental.
Could just be the gargoyles are special in that way.
This is not a good type of special.
Well, nah.
I mean, you're one of the only Earth creatures I know that flies, so maybe that duality itself is causing it. The balance is off.
I used to be able to fly before coming to this plane. The air is different here. Our wings do not glide as easily.
Oh, Cloudhoof, with your incredible perception, you do hear what sounds like idling machinery coming from, we're just going to call it bottom of your monitor direction. And you also hear what sounds like a sickening sort of gurgling sound, like a clogged toilet on a massive scale.
Well, we have sounds like machinery over here. On motion south, or bottom monitor. And what sounds like gurgling coming from the crevasse over there.
Vote
Which way do we go?
machinery.
Yeah,
Machinery?
I say machinery. Those goats were also gurgling.
Oh yeah, they were gross.
Yeah.
Maybe they're infused with slime as well.
Staying away from the walls.
I'm not sure I can squeeze through there. I'll let you guys go first.
I'm gonna go to the right side.
Ooh, the machinery sound is coming from down here.
Son of a
Just
bitch.
sort of a low, sort of like.
I don't want to touch the walls. Don't want cancer.
Ooh,
Oh, you might notice there's slime poop everywhere. Like everywhere.
oh, it's so faint I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
The green aura is propitiating everything.
Yeah.
Take out my lantern.
When there's so much poop, it looks normal.
All right, Cloud Hoof. From here, you see just warped and broken mine tracks. You see a narrow passage, well, narrow for you, that leads to your left. A narrow passage to your right. And then ahead, where the broken mine tracks try to lead, is a T intersection, goes left and right.
Well, I see there's something down there in the darkness.
Oh, yeah?
Something mechanical looking.
Yeah?
What the heck is that?
So I'm looking for the others before venturing down there.
The last time I tried to get to something that looked mechanical, it punched me in the face.
This looks like it might punch somebody. One arm does anyway. I guess I'll call down, hello down there.
I might have to
Response.
refresh. I got you here. Are you in a different place?
Yeah, I'm like here, in front of this hallway.
Oh, okay. Let me refresh.
Though I tried to move my token, I can't move either. So
I hope we're not having those earlier mentioned forge issues. That would be unfortunate.
oh, there we go. I moved.
Okay. I have white screen trying to like log back in. Yeah.
I don't move anymore. Stay where I am.
It's trying. Oh, now I have black and white lines. Oh, now I have gray. I'll be in a second, I'm sure.
Well, black and white do make gray. I mean, that's just.
I just have to have faith. Maybe. It do be kind of hanging, though. Okay. Let's try one more time. I don't know what the hang-up is.
Yeah, it's acting slow. I don't know if anybody else is having an issue.
It was a bit lag. Yeah. I'm refreshing and I'm at like a white screen. It's incredibly painful.
How about you guys not in Southern Maryland? Are you having issues with your internet?
I have been able to see you when you've been saying that you're moving around. Like, I've been able to see you where you said you were.
I
I was just
My whole
curious if it's
computer
just.
just keeps intermittently freezing, so I'm not the person to ask.
So is it? Because I remember, I think it was a few weeks, like when we played a few weeks ago, we ended up having to like change our server location, like by VPNing to like the West Coast or something. You know,
Well, that worked for me when I was having.
it worked for
trouble.
me too. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I
apparently.
wasn't sure if the VPN was, or our ISP was being. But
Yeah, but if
Oh
we're
no!
VPNing,
I got web
like,
servers returning an unknown error. No. I mean, we did make it to 11. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. I want to keep
Yeah,
playing though,
yeah.
but I missed you guys. I missed you guys in Japan,
Oh, sure.
in magical Japan, which was so fucking awesome. Like I just cry every day that I'm not in Japan. It's fine. All right, I'm gonna give it another
Ooh,
refresh.
no, yeah, that's a rough one.
Yeah, I'm getting the web servers returning unknown error.
That's no bueno. Yeah, things are slowing up on my side.
Yeah,
It's like it works, then it doesn't.
it's working for me, but it takes like 1 or 2 seconds whenever I try and move to catch up.
Well, that might be it. That might be it for us. Hopefully they get it sorted out before DirtCon this weekend, which is to say,
Yeah.
in 19 hours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Is it 19 hours? It's 20 hours? I think it's 20 hours. I think I'm the first. Like the 7 p.m. is like the first event, right?
That sounds right.
I think
Yeah, that
it's
sounds
I think
right.
nobody signed up earlier than that.
Okay. Well, I think I still have one spot left in Dragonbane Pirates, and let me tell you, it's pretty dope. Like I'm pretty excited about it. Like I really threw some shit together here. Like and I don't know. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm actually pretty excited about all 3 of the games I'm running.
curious about
I'm
Sons
the
and
most
Sorrows.
I'm the most nervous about Sons and Sorrows. Definitely the most nervous about that because I haven't really run a purely like narrative driven game in such a long time that I'm worried I've forgotten how to have fun. Because that's how those games are. Like you're
That's
just
an odd way
supposed
of
to be
wording it.
like, well, okay, so the challenge of like Pathfinder 2e, right, is that there are going to be like really crunchy tactical fights, and you know, if you don't roll well, or if you make some bad choices, you could die. You know what I'm saying? But
okay.
or all of those things could happen in one night.
Yeah.
But like, with a purely narrative game, the challenge isn't like being alive or not alive. The challenge is just, were we able to tell an awesome story? Like that's the only
metric
real,
to try and
yeah,
measure
that's
that.
the only real challenge. Is like, were we able to tell an awesome story? Like, did everybody feel pretty good about like the story that we told today? Which for me is a much more difficult and like frightening prospect, right? Because like it feels like it's hard to have a grading metric for, did we all tell a cool story together? You know what I'm saying? Versus like, something where it's like a clear goal and a clear like winner. You know what I mean? And like, yeah. Like it doesn't feel as traditional. Like to just be like, yeah, like we're just here to like be awesome. Like we're just being awesome. I don't know. I was telling my kid, I was like, I don't know. It just feels like everybody is just hanging out and pretending to be cool. And my kid's like, I mean, isn't that what all tabletop is supposed to be like? And I was like, I don't even know anymore. Like I feel like I've just lost my way, and as I've been like prepping these games that are so outside of what I normally do, I'm just like really like contemplating like the nature of like what does it mean to you know, play a TTRPG like and do it right or enjoy it. Like when you're having fun playing a game, like isn't the only objective that everyone had fun? Question mark. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Sorry.
Like
now I'm just picturing you with the war-torn cloak. You're climbing a mountain and you're trying to find the guru of like, how do you have fun at the table again?
and then they pull the hood back and it's fucking Matt Mercer, and I'm just like, God damn it! Everywhere I go, I see you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's too corporate now. It would be like Brendan Lee Mulligan or whatever. And he's like, I'm glad you missed.
It's actually a trio among
Trio amongst and fucking Matt Colville's the third one.
Yeah.
And he'll say some shit like, only
Brendan,
you can
2 months.
determine that. Only you and your group know for sure if you're having a good time.
Oh,
Why would you
great
travel?
sages.
Why would you travel all the way to the top of this mountain when the answer was right there? You just have to ask your group. It's like,
Go
thanks,
forth and
Matt.
explore, my son.
Thanks, Matt. This ticket to Asia cost me $2,000. Thanks.
You
Could have just asked my players how things are going.
You can send the rest of it to my PayPal.
But a lot easier if you just
Patreon.
answered.
Well. All right.
So
I guess
Sona dice.
I guess I'm gonna give up. So I will make it up to you guys next week. We will hit the ground running here in these spectacular caves with mysterious machinery and ghosts and slimes. All right. Anybody have any announcements before we adjourn? Anything you want to hype up, like DirtCon?
DirtCon tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing at this point.
Transformers on Sunday. Woohoo!
Transformers on Sunday. Don't tell
I'm
Cade.
excited
Don't
to
tell
be a
Cade
horse
next.
girl
But
with
I
Sam.
haven't learned. I haven't learned how to play Transformers yet. I said I was gonna learn on vacation, and I didn't actually learn yet. So.
Oh,
But-
wait. Hold on a second.
You didn't take time out of your vacation in Japan to instead learn how to play Transformers the TTRPG?
I thought
The
that
one
there
shot
would
that's going to be
be.
about a couple hours versus
I-
the 2 weeks you were gone.
I thought there was gonna be like time on like a train ride or something where I would be like, oh, I'll watch a video or something. But like, nah, I was too into it. I was too into my vacation. So the only non-vacation thing I did with my free time is I started a playthrough of Fire Emblem Engage, which is the most Japanese anime Fire Emblem ever released. So I felt like it was on brand for the vacation to do that.
One in Japan.
Yeah. Everything I heard about it is true. And I mean that in every good and bad way possible. So yeah. But it's been pretty fun. I can't wait until May's over and I can keep playing it. So Christ.
It's going to be a long time.
You've got one whole 31st of it out of the way already.
I made it far enough that I got Edelgard, so I was like, alright, like, that'll be fine. Like, everything will be okay.
That's one.
Because because the game's like Smash Bros for Fire Emblem. Like they're just like, yeah, we just put every Fire Emblem, everything Fire Emblem is in this one Fire Emblem game, and then we made everyone take their anime vitamins. So it's like the most over the top anime in every way, and it's like I kind of like it. I kind of like it. It's like unapologetically anime. So it's good. All right. Well, on that note, everybody rest up. We got a long weekend to go.
I posted the schedule for what so far is on DirtCon. So we have Dragonbane Pirates and Escape from the Planet Monster tomorrow evening. And there's also, is Darby doing a panel?
Darby is doing a panel on Saturday. There's a couple of panels,
Well,
actually.
Like he's doing one on Friday for PF2E.
Oh, yeah, conversion one. Yeah. I hope someone records it. I know he and Cryptic Muffin started their own like YouTube channel or whatever. So, and their own vodcast. They're coming for me and Dom. Like they see, you know, Dom and I see the writing on the wall. Like these kids are coming for our everything.
You go away for a couple of weeks. They caught you slipping.
Yeah, yeah.
They caught you slipping.
I don't know. I was having a Britney Spears crisis. I was like, what do you mean all my games that don't cost any money to join that are for a good charitable cause don't have a waiting list, let alone aren't full? What the fuck? Yeah, I'm over it. I don't think about it every 5 to 10 minutes. Like, it's cool.
Bizarre world.
It's
fine.
Yeah.
That's Friday. Saturday, you're running Suns and Sorrows, which is laser and feelings conversion or hack.
Yeah. It's a variation of lasers and feelings, which is apparently some kind of space opera game.
I have to read up on the rules on that one.
So what I wanted to do is I wanted to run Exalted, which is like one of my favorite systems of all time. But my AI assistant was like, you don't have time for that shit. And I was like, but I love the vibes. And she's like, why don't we just take the vibes and put it on a exceedingly simple game that's, you know, perfect for that that setup. And I was like, yeah, that's probably a good idea. So that's how we ended up with that. But the campaign setting of Sons and Sorrows is based on the TTRPG Exalted, which, if you aren't familiar with it, it is built using the World of Darkness D10 system. Ooh. And it is fucking incredible. I haven't played
Exalted in forever.
Oh yeah, bro. Exalted was the best. It was Obsidian the fucking best. But like, I wasn't about to relearn all of Exalted for a one shot. So, yeah. But I wanted the vibes. Yeah.
The fact that you could pick up all the little obsidian butterflies and sell them for money afterwards. It's like one of the most ridiculous things.
It was kind of like Fire Emblem Engage. It was like, what if TTRPG was dialed up to 11 anime? Like, that's what Exalted is. So that's yeah. It was extremely cool.
It was all about like, style points and doing the rule of cool.
Oh yeah, like it was the only system I think that actually had mechanics for the rule of cool. like actual game mechanics for rule of cool.
Increase your difficulty, but get way more benefits.
Yeah, like a show off mechanic, you know, like if you were going like if you were trying to show off, you could deliberately increase the difficulty, but then you would get like bigger rewards or consequences. Yeah. And it was just stuff like you could like infinitely mix and match like everything, so you could just have like a character that they show up to the fight with a bow, but then they go and they shoot the bow and like 6 angels fire out of the bow, and then those 6 angels summon Bahamut, and he shoots a laser beam down from space, and that's like your opening move in like a fight. Yeah, the system was just cracked. So Speaking of Sword World RPG, I am going to do a panel on Sunday about that from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Well, it looks
And,
like we have a couple other panels on Saturday. Darby and Dom and Muffin.
Yeah.
You running a Kobold Heist game at that evening while Broken Nerdy and Kira Wildcat are doing the Lord of the Rings one shot Saturday evening. Both
Yeah,
at
the
the same time.
that one like filled up quick. That Lord of the Rings one. So I'm interested to see how that one is.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one.
Cause I'm unfamiliar with the system. I have heard of Lord of the Rings, but I'm unfamiliar with the
It looks
the
like it's
TTRPG.
5e based, but that's as much as I got.
I
Yeah,
think
I think it's developed
yeah.
by Cubicle 7, and yeah, it's like a 5e based Lord of the Rings setting. But
Yeah.
they've got like unique classes and some fun looking unique mechanics that sort of make it feel more Lord of the Ringsy.
Got it. And Lord of the Rings, that's based on the acclaimed video game that they made a movie about. So
That's
Yeah,
that
it's
one
based off
series with
the
that
Lego. It's based off the Lego Lord of the Rings games.
that was a good game though, the Lego Lord of the Rings. That was a good
Hell
game.
yeah, it was.
My ultimate parenting advice to people when they're like, "Give me parenting advice," I'm like, "Play Lego game with your kids." Trust me. I'm like, play Lego game with your kids. They're the ultimate play with little kids games. All right,
That won't make you bored to tears.
I'm a roll. I'm sorry that Foundry broke. Hashtag sponsored the Forge VTT. I really hope they get this shit sorted out soon. But yeah. Good night. We'll continue this tomorrow. Well, not this. We'll continue playing games tomorrow.
Oh, we're
Play
doing a
games all
game
weekend.
tomorrow.
Yeah. What? No, but we'll I should have my life back in order question mark by next week. So we could maybe even look at starting at the 7:30 soft start if people are available. Otherwise, we'll just keep playing, keep exploring. It'll be great. All right, night guys.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks
Good
everyone for tuning
night.
in. Catch you next time.